we have a lot of satellites floating up there, and the Russians have a lot of satellites too. Some of them in geosynchronous orbits, some of them just sailing around the Earth. So the problem is, how do we protect our defense satellites against the Russians' killer attack satellites? Then I had an idea. What do you suppose that was?
Tell me.
Come on, take a guess. What would your friend do? That guy in the comic book, what's his name?
You mean Mega Man, Dad?
Yeah, that guy.
He'd just throw up the Mega Force field and destroy the invaders with the Ultra Mega Blaster. Except the beautiful alien women. He usually keeps them around till they turn out to be spies and he has to vaporize them.
Oh, he does he?
He's always sorry about it, though.
Well, don't tell anyone. But my idea is something like Mega Man's force field, only I call it the particle shield. What it does is stop missiles, lasers, and anything else the Russians can think of to throw up there at us. Those generals in Washington practically danced on their desks when Larry and I showed them the plans.
Well, Mega Man got his from an ancient city on the planet Xenon.
Dan?
He couldn't build one, though. I don't think he's as smart as you are, Dad. Just a lot tougher.
So there really is something that I can do better than Mega Man? I'll keep working on my X-ray vision. Don't go away. Shh. Mega Man.
What?
Oh, it's Mike's new comic book favorite. You know, I actually think he'd prefer a superhero for a father.
Probably wouldn't make a bad husband either. Honey, will you get the forks and napkins, please? Maybe if you wore a cape and had just a few more muscles.
Hey, watch it. I'd hate to be forced to vaporize you. Where's the present?
It's over in the cupboard. Dear. I'm glad you gave in and bought it. I don't think he's ever wanted anything so badly.
Yeah, along with every other 7-year-old in the country. You know, I actually had to stand in line to buy this thing. It had better last longer than the air hockey game.
You broke that, remember?
Well, it was an accident. Besides, look who bought him a new one. Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you.
Yes.
We'll pull him out.
Yes!
Wow, can I eat it all?
After all you had for dinner, you'd be doing it at your own risk.
Yeah. Go ahead. Open it. Saturday afternoon. How about giving you a hand cleaning out the garage later on? It's worth 50 cents. Then I'll take you to the movies. Mike, how about letting me try it? Mike, can I play it once? Hey, Mike. Mike.
What's the matter, Dad?
I play the game. It looks like fun.
Sure. Here.
Okay, guys, lunch is ready.
Know how to play it?
Yeah, you just repeat the pattern, right?
Right. And if you goof, you get a buzzer sound. Then you have to try again.
Time for lunch, children?
Damn, you made me miss.
I did not.
I can't talk and,
Why can't you be like other husbands and watch television? I only need one 7-year-old and the position is already filled. It's going to get cold. Come on, gentlemen, wash up.
Go on, Mike. You heard your mother.
You too, Dad.
Yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, I'll make a pie for
It
you.
beeps when you win. I got 8 in a row. It's easy, really, once you learn to concentrate.
Only took you 20 minutes.
You exaggerate. It was only seemed like a couple of minutes. How about that?
You going after level 2, Dad?
Sure. 16 should be a snap.
I know a kid at school who broke through level 3, but he's a super whiz at math and also takes piano. So can I take piano lessons, Dad? Mom, can I?
What does playing the piano have to do with the wizard?
Well, it's sort of musical. Bobby Avery can do it with his eyes closed, up to 10 sometimes. He says it makes a song in his head. So can I? You don't want to get in the way of my potential, do you?
You.
Conned by my own son. I tell you what. I'm gonna check out your potential for work around the house. Then we'll talk about the piano. Did I ever tell you I used to play the violin when I was your age? I loved it. But my mother couldn't stand the racket, so I had to give it up. I think I still have it somewhere around the house. Maybe we can play a duet. It's all a matter of concentration. It's a fascinating game, really. You can't stop once you get started. You just keep wanting to play it over and over again. It's been a month. Mike still isn't tired of it. He's working toward level 4. I'm still struggling with level 3. I don't know that I'll ever be able to remember 32 moves in a row.
Yeah, my kid Chris wanted one of those too, but I was afraid it would drive me crazy. You know, these things are either getting a lot harder or I'm aging fast.
Well, I'll say this much. I credit that game with improving Mike's grades. I'm not sure how, but he's getting straight A's for the first time ever. And he begged us to let him take piano lessons. Says it'll help him with the game. Can you believe it? When I was his age, I had to beg my parents to let me stop taking violin.
Yeah, our kids are in the computer age, all right. My son Chris is 11. He must have 5 of those computer toys and games. I can't work any of them. Makes you feel a bit obsolete.
What's wrong?
Don't you hear it?
Hear what?
He's at it again.
It's after 3 o'clock, for God's sake. What the hell is he doing playing with that thing at 3 a.m.?
I told you I heard it last night and you didn't believe me. Dan, go take it away from him. It's all he ever does anymore. I'm sick of hearing it, and I think it's affecting him.
How?
I don't know. It just seems he's changed. Haven't you noticed?
Well, whatever the case, I sure as hell don't want him playing with it at 3 a.m.
How long have you been watching?
You know what time it is?
I don't need much sleep anymore, Father. Almost none. In fact, I feel quite rested. Does the sound of the game bother you?
I don't want you playing with the game anymore.
If you could reach level 4, you could come with me.
Where?
There.
I don't understand, Mike. Where do you go?
It's somewhere else. They teach us
Teach you what?
what we have to know.
Who are they? Mike, what are you talking about?
You don't have to be afraid, Dad. They don't want to hurt any of us. They want to help.
I think you've had enough of this game for a while. Under the covers. Now go to sleep. I love you, Mike. Don't forget that.
Kevin, I need to borrow your wizard. My father took mine away. You're pretty close, aren't you? Here, good luck. What will level 4 be like?
No one's ever come back to tell us, but don't be afraid. You just have to concentrate. See you there.
Bye, Mike. We'll miss you.
so that's the wizard.
That's it. I caught Mike playing with this thing at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's up to 61 in a sequence, so I've got a feeling that if he hits the jackpot, he'll be ready for the mental ward. It really had me scared last night.
How come?
Well, it's hard to say, really. He was rambling on about how they were teaching him something. How he went somewhere. Damn game is hypnotic. It's almost like an addictive drug.
You sure you're not just jealous because you can't reach level 3 or whatever? Hey, how do you play it?
Well, I'm not so sure I should show you. Imagine if adults got hooked on the fad. The whole country would grind to a halt. There. Just match the pattern.
Hey, the wizard. My kid's got one of those things. It's the damnedest game I ever saw. He's working on level 4 and he's only 7 years old. He's so smart, he scares me sometimes. Hey, I did it. I got 8. Well, on to level 2.
Larry, I'm gonna do some research. Will you tell Wilson I'll be late?
Hey, you as ready for a drink as I am? My God, where did all this come from? Is this the research you were talking about this morning? States of consciousness, programming and meta-programming in the human biocomputer, studies and biofeedback training. Giving up Gothics for a little light reading, Dan?
Maybe I should try looking into science fiction next.
Hey, what'd you take it apart for? And what's the oscilloscope doing here? Hey, you can't pirate a copy. It's patented.
That's the problem. I can't get into it. There's no apparent means of prying the thing open to look at the circuitry. I can only go as far as taking out the batteries. Maybe I'll see how it responds to a hammer next.
Makes you feel that inferior, huh?
Larry, I called a toy company that manufactures these. I wanted to talk to someone who designed it. Turns out the basic design comes from a small research firm that makes guidance systems for NASA. A friend of mine from MIT worked there. He told me the circuitry plan came from one of their computers. It had spent 6 years in space aboard a probe mission. When it came back, it had the plans for this. No one knows who programmed it in. It was just there.
It's a hell of a toy. Stores can't keep them in stock. They sell out so fast. I went to 5 different stores looking to buy one for Chris, and they were all sold out. I was put on a waiting list, for crying out loud. They'll call me, they said. Can you imagine, for a toy?
If it is a toy.
What's that supposed to mean?
Okay. Suppose you had an assignment to go into the jungle. Search out the most primitive, superstitious, distrustful, violent tribe on the face of the earth. Your mission is to bring these Stone Age minds into the 20th century. To educate them, teach them, introduce them to a technology that is so far beyond their comprehension that they might kill you out of sheer terror.
Okay, let's see. I'd search for the ones least likely to be afraid, the ones easiest to teach, the ones most trusting.
The children.
Yeah, the kids. Once you got through to them, then they teach the parents. And voila, television antennas in the jungle, everybody drinking Pepsi. Mission accomplished. Say, are you about done here? We could still make the 810.
Wait. Larry, suppose I told you I don't think that this is a toy at all, but I think it's a tool, a teaching tool, designed specifically for children. Its purpose is to train the mind so efficiently that a child can learn deep meditation in a short time, and that the lights and sounds aren't a random pattern at all, but a code that progresses from innocent simplicity to infinitely more complex patterns of information.
What, this? Are you serious?
Yes. When Mike's mind has been adequately trained to concentrate,
What? What happened?
I'll lose him. Somehow he'll be lost to me forever. I know that much for sure. I know how this sounds, but I think this so-called toy has been dropped on us from somewhere else.
Oh, Dan, for God's sakes.
We're the savages, they're missionaries they're trying to reach. And this game is their way of controlling our children. I'm convinced of it.
You're tired, Dan. Go home. And Dan, if I were you, I wouldn't be talking to other people about this. I don't think they'd be as sympathetic as I am. Well, I'm all for that drink. It's Hayes. We got a problem with Morgan. Some wild thing about aliens taking control of our kids. If he gets raving about that down at Defense and the media, all hell's gonna break loose with our particle shield contract. Yeah, I want him shut up until the prototype is finished. I'll let him think intelligence found something in his background. Dig a little.
son. I am coming